Hello everyone, welcome back to building Castle Slockgorm in Hytale. I was definitely feeling very ranty last episode, and so now I'm going to be actually trying to build... Oh boy, I'm going to be trying to build the actual plateau, aside from the castle itself. So I've run a octagon calculator. Right, I probably should put that one block out further. So, let's see. Rough calculations. I need to go... right. The hell? What was that? What am I seeing? Oh, ghost doors, probably. Anyway, so we need to... roughly 83 blocks. And... let's see... go ahead and... we're pretty sure about that now. Okay. And I guess that's the point. Yeah, I guess I just got free-floating ghost doors or beds or whatever from when I was trying to copy things and paste them and everything. That's cool. Alright, right. You can go ahead and just kind of... copy-paste all this. The other side. I don't want to have to recalculate everything. I'm gonna still have to, like... figure out how best to line this up for the other axis. Yeah, so that should be that now. Okay, so it's gonna be 26 blocks from wherever the center is. And just to confirm, yep, it's dead center. Alright, yeah, 26 block to block. And then now we need to... 43. Wait. I might have messed something up here. I need that to be 83. centered on you. We'll just make sure that the other side isn't screwed or anything like that. So it lines up with that arrow loop. Yeah, this is off center. Should have figured. Alright. Let me just grab all this, take it over here. Wow, can't believe it. Off center? How could that happen? Because when I was counting to not the half of 83. I was counting to the half of 85. And no, we don't really get anything out of measuring to... I'm pretty sure it was one of the Zappinators, Nintendo Zappinators that, or Zappers rather, that had, that was 85. Right, I think it was 85, 87, with 85 being the gray one that looked a little too much like a real gun was the big controversy. Ooh, okay, that's gonna shear off the corner. And we don't really want that. Let me very quickly, get my octagon calculator going again. We can instead change the end radius. The 120 be too much. Let's see, it'd be sides of 99. Wait, is that proper 99 or 99.4? I'm sure I can just do proper 99. I can't do actual like decimal point. Also means that I need to I'm gonna say, cause that's, yeah. So it might be, let's see, that's 110. Because remember, I'm going for the middle of the actual wall space. I'm trying to not make it be too big. Because if it's too big, then, actually, yeah, I can just, because I'm already doing it at multiples of 10 anyway. So that makes it be 36 on this end. What I'm trying to do is, yeah, I'm trying to get these sides and everything in order in a way that I'll be able to... hang on. Because I also need to get this into being a 99, and that means I need to have... count up to 50... side 99 keeps you in dead center. Yeah, because the thing I need to contend with here is like, yeah, no, I need to have these corners line up in the way where I'm not going to be chopping into the I don't want to chop into this because I think that explains itself why I don't want to be chopping into there. And you placed extra. Because I need that here. With that kind of a placing speed, maybe you should, don't worry about it. I can also do this for a tactic. So now that should be an easy 99. And now I don't shear off the water space. So that's good. Alright. That doesn't actually need to be a centerpiece. Yeah, we'll go ahead with this measurement. Because, yeah, the corner pieces here are going to be like the centers of towers that will then connect to each other. It probably isn't going to be perfect math, but I'm doing my best. Anyhow. And I'm going to leave the underside of the plateau hollow for the time being until I get a point to where, yeah, I can just fill it out with whatever I want. But that might not be for a while, because I've been, if nothing else, I've been toying with the idea of, hey, what if I actually put stuff underneath the plateau? Which I can certainly do. It's just a matter of, you know, is that what I want to do? I don't know yet. I just have to let the idea mature and see if it's going to work out. I'm definitely thinking of having like a cathedral, or maybe not, you know, some sort of a temple or something. Like, because I know that there's like a temple that the Sunsword is supposed to reside in. That much I'm for sure, and it's somewhere in the northern part of Slockworm, kind of, probably. And so, main idea is like, okay, so I don't know what else could be directly north of the castle, but there could be on the northern facing side of the castle's plateau, there could be a built-in, you know, church or something, or, you know, it doesn't even need to be like necessarily a place of worship or anything, so much as just like, you know, this is where we have some sacred artifacts. Although I should also point out, like, Slockworm people aren't exactly the worshipping type. There is, you know, things can be sacred, but we don't like, we don't overly deify stuff in Slockworm. We don't, you know, it's more of like a, you know, I mean, I'm not sure how to explain it. But it's not a, you know, oh, these are our gods and we have to, you know, fork everything over to it. It's more like they want to exist in harmony with things. And there are definitely, like, deific forces that they are aware of. But, you know, it's not to the point of, oh, hey, we just have to, you know, fork over everything we have to them so they don't smite us. Because that's not really living in harmony. That's something else. Plus, there's also, like, it's a mix of things. I mean, once I get the Plateau done, the next step is the Saffron Star, and that is literally a starship, although not a massive one. It's the Slotgorm flagship. Yeah, it's a Slotgorm flagship, and it's big enough that you can have a decently sized crew of like 12 people on it, maybe. But it's like, you know, it's a powerful for its size kind of a starship. That is designed to be highly maneuverable and able to land on the plateau. Also, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to block out the spacing on the walls relative to the towers. Make the walls first. I can easily size the towers after the fact. In fact, I can probably just pardon. Also, these towers will have to be proper octagons rather than trying to be proper round, whereas round tests can be done in, you know, a block game. Yeah, more proper octagons so that they connect with the walls, you know, more easily, especially along the diagonal axes. Okay. Pardon. So, alright, we've got a little bit of a wrinkle here. The tower might have to be just a touch wide. Oh, it can have thick walls, actually. All of it can be thick walls. What am I saying? Actually, this means the tower could be a little narrow. Just means these will connect a little differently. Well, I mean, right, and I probably want to also be multiples of 3 in height, like usual. And I mean, I could try to make the main wall face a bit fancier up there. It's just, is that something that's worthwhile to do is my main question, especially with where it's currently at. And I'm not convinced that the answer is yes for the castle. It would definitely look neat if I like took out half the upper half of the wall space and turned it into, well, except now we would lose, you know, this wall space. So maybe I shouldn't. which is also thicker than, you know, previous iterations where I didn't do the 3 block thick walls. Okay, so that's let's see. And yes, it's still having the round spiral staircase. Okay, so that's your midpoint until you reach the wall. Floating ghost collision. I love it. All right. Let's see. Because I'm gonna have to do the diagonals. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. Oh yeah, and they will have to right. I think I can make it work with that width. Then again, let's see. Because that connects outside. You know what? I think this is gonna work out. Oh, The main question is, like, actually getting this to... Oh. Right, that's supposed to go like that. There could be an arrow looped here. I'll get on that when I'm ready to. So for now, I'll probably just make that be like that. Definitely nice be able to just kind of like, you know, grab the blocks and just slam them into the earth. Much more easily than I could in Minecraft. So that's one less headache for me. But still, let's see. So that's, yeah, and then it goes diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Right. Okay, so you need... Okay, so there's some possibility that this works out. There's a possibility that I may have to reshape it. To answer that question, I now need to, well, for one, just kind of Let's see here. Oh yeah, let's also figure out my pillar positions. Probably corners. Ooh. That might not be the best pillar spacing internally. Right, so let's figure this out first. So it's going to be kind of like what we got going here. But I'm going to make it, I don't see any reason to do like 2 floors and then on top, so just the 1 floor and then on top. Right, and we gotta do this now because yay. But don't worry, because we can do this. And let's not forget to also make the wall thick, so we've got space for arrow loops, and so that, oh man. Sometimes it feels like I'm just digging my own grave. How about that? Oh god, the wall is that thick. You know, it fits so much more nicely together when it wasn't this thick. I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay, so we need this to be like 9 blocks tall. And I just do a random amount and then actually like measure it. Okay, we could go up a little bit more. I don't actually do that in here, do I? No, I just let it breathe. Drag that over here. Oops, missed a spot. Yeah, thicker walls are kind of easier to... That's a 4! It's only supposed to be 3 thick. Yeah, that fits a bit better. I was like, wait, why is it so... Huh? Yeah, no, it's fine. Anyhow, right. While we're at it, we can also just kind of copy this over. Well, let's finish one side of the wall before I start copying stuff and making mistakes. Especially because I also need to get my diagonal pieces going. And speaking of... this is gonna be fun. Fortunately, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. But I really could do with better positioning for the pillars. Why is there an interaction here? I thought they were supposed to disappear. Okay. So there is not a good solution here, is there? See for claustrophobic there, or? I still have stuff to figure out. The main thing at the moment is just basically getting a floor plan here. And I've actually done something like this before. It's just this might suck. Why am I allowed to have 2 beds? It's so weird. Okay, probably because it's set up weirdly. Let's see. Okay, I think I get how the faster building works now. And specifically when I'm trying to build in a selection area. Unfortunately, I can't do diagonal selection areas, so I kind of just gotta do this. And pray that it all lines up. I also probably should go ahead and basically copy this shape. And drag it over so it can match up. Okay, and then modify it. Alright, and then now we've got... Did I miss? Ah, shit. This might suck. No, wait. Okay, I'm in line. Okay. Okay, we've got an established diagonal. And then we just gotta find the centerpiece. I see, it's here. Okay. Now the fun part is trying to figure out how I'm going to make all this work. So I'm just gonna kind of like drag all this out so I have an easy surface to work with. I'm definitely going to be punching stuff out later. For now, I just want an easy surface to work with. So the middle point is going to not be a 5x5. But it does at least somewhat line up like that. Right. And then we can also grab this and start connecting it. Place it here. Okay, I could have sworn I had also grabbed that, but you can go ahead and tell me a different story. Okay, and now we start doing this. Punch out the center blocks because there should only be one center. Okay. I might have some things confused or messed up, so we'll see how this works out. I did not think that one through. No wonder it's misaligned. Or confused. Alright, well. Delete that shit. Try again here. The pillars need to overlap. Okay. And then we can press this in. We can fool around while I'm trying to expand you and spawn a new selection instead of actually working with what we've got. Okay. Now we can grab this. Okay. Okay, so we've got two sides started. Now we just need... We need walls that... How is this going to work? Okay, so this is 5 wide. And we need this to be effectively on par with 5 wide. And then 3 wide there. Yeah, this is kind of a nightmare. Especially because I don't know how I'm going to make the arrow loops work on proper diagonals, considering the half slabs don't like to play with diagonals very nicely. So I'm probably going to have to go back to old techniques that I've forgotten since August. Okay, so this is our main line here. Okay, we're going to try just get a segment going that we can then copy paste. Okay. Oh, right. You would have that, wouldn't you? So now it's proper 5 wide, and then we can do something similar here. Just, yeah. Oh, it's anytime I'm in close proximity to food. Okay. I think. I don't know. Anyway. So we got something like this going on, and we need to figure out the floor plan here. Somehow. I really hope they give us a better tool for cleaning out broken interactions. I can't even just, Okay, let's figure out the floor plan here. So we've got... This is supposed to be a doorway, kind of like that. And we did a diagonal doorway in here. And it kind of looks like this. Okay, so that's supposed to represent our 3x3. Huh. Right. That is a little bit inconsistent. Oh well. Okay, so... Alright, let's analyze this again. So what structure we got? Okay, 2 in-facing, and then a slab, and then the keystone. And then our structure here is... So there would normally be a block here. Sidestep that. Okay. And then we can worry about lighting later. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Does not make sense to put a thing there. And then from here, so it continues this trajectory. Check the time real quick. Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. So Falcon charging, and then free, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But it does also need to get wider. And that's where we start to get the conflicts, isn't it? I can at least do that much. But beyond that is going to be rough. Wait, no, it doesn't expand. No. Because we're also going to be doing that there, the pillars. But we've got a rough blueprint of what we're trying to do, and that's what matters. Right, what I'm actually trying to grab so I need this to line up. Unfortunately, that seems to be a 7x7 chunk. Which does sort of align. Alright, let's get the... Okay, 7x7 not working. And that's because it's just fundamentally flawed by the size. Of the square. I mean, I could grab this. Right, and you're just refusing to let me grab the green square now of all times. But it does line up with that, and I could potentially do something with this. Okay. So I got this pattern going on, and I need to figure out the kind of spacing I'm going for with it. It's a little bit cramped because trying to make this shit line up is a pain in the ass. Okay. And that's our middle point. So let's see. Let's use this as a measurement, because if I can make the corners be the pillars, and it goes, you know, neatly with how I want things to go, then I should be okay. Like if I keep placing these. almost lines up, but almost isn't lining up. I think. Because, like, if I were to copy it again, it'd be there. Can it line up? I'm not convinced. Not with that pattern. Okay, because, like, I have that being... Oh, it'd be putting the pillars here. But the pillar I had was there at the end. I think I just need to... See, the problem is I don't know how to make it measure in diagonals, and I don't know that there's a tool for this. I do have a ruler. Can we... How does this work? Can you stop? Where are the controls for this? I don't see controls for the ruler. It just got some right click, left click stuff. And doesn't let me erase anything. This is a mess. Okay, so if I do that... Okay, I have to hit Q for some reason. Alright, I can punch this out. So let's see... That gets us the doorway. So I just gotta make sure I can get it to line up properly. Okay, confirm that it's lined up that way on this side. Yes. Good. And that means we have... Alright, so the pillars are immediately there. So So that's like that. Okay, so now I have to... Okay, so that's 62.2. Oh, it's not giving me actual... There's a lot I need to figure out. Okay, those are just prefab brushes. Or something. I've got so much I need to learn about all these things. Okay. Okay, so for now, we just kind of go ahead and just what am I doing? Just filling this in, really. Okay, let's try again with this nonsense. Because I may just be able to like kind of bullshit my way as per usual into making it work out. And then I can have my foundation for the diagonal walls. And everything will work. To some extent. Okay. And so, if we line it up like this... Oh, right, that's gonna make it so that... What the hell is here? So this makes it so that my pillar will have to be about there. This also means I will have to make the wall thicker, but maybe that's not such a bad thing. Let's just do that, honestly. No more pussyfooting around, as he likes to say, that one cat. This also means I can make the walkway thicker. And so I can... Yeah. This will give it the block scaling. It's just... It's going to be a little bit fatter mathematically. But maybe that's fine. because at the end of the day, I simply just don't have time to be indecisive. And then it's going to come the challenge of doing all the stuff for... Okay. We've got the, I not got my words for it at the moment. The arches and stuff. Okay. Yeah, you're all good. And that's what I was checking for. Oh, right. At this point, just go for, actually, I can just build it up manually. That way I'm not having to tiptoe around stuff and just do it en masse. Okay. And yeah, I'll just have to figure out some means of making the error loops work. Don't worry. We'll get there when we get there. Burn that bridge, as they say. When we get to it. damn it, just stop! Okay, now we copy paste. Alright, and then we can just kind of... Where do you think you're going? How did you end up over there? Don't make any sense sometimes. Okay. Let's say diagonal wall structure, more or less done. That's my time. It's about 4. I think I'll just go a bit longer. Okay. Right, because it does want that. Erg. Let's see, it fits in better here because it's just part of the natural shape and it's round and everything. But here it's being a, you know, bit of an ass about my shaping and stuff. Okay, so let's see, how high up did I do these guys? Right, 4 and then the arch. I can actually probably just copy this and drag it down. Wait. Yeah, that's staying tall. Yep. Yep, that's good. And that's what we end up having to copy. Yippee! What are you doing? Come on, over here, over here. There we go. Get out of my sight! Where'd he go? Gone? Good. Okay, and just to be sure that all these guys are... Oh, bugger! That's right. Well, we have a solution for this. There. So now it's all lined up. Don't worry, we won't have to repeat this for the other side. Because the other side's the original alignment. Okay. And then for the opposite side, we're just gonna copy these pieces and put them in place. Okay. Now, let's get this fun part over with before the episode ends. So, let's see. Our anatomy here was of, I see. So I just kind of went like that, huh? Alright, so just, Just kind of just grab all this shit. As big as we can go without, you know, clipping the actual keep. Alright. Yeah, I just don't like how the... You know what, yeah. I don't like how the pillars are. There, and you there. I want them to hug the corners. And then, oh yeah, they just also, you know, alignment is pretty please, thank you. Right, okay. Now then, as I was trying to go, we can kind of do something like this here. A touch awkward, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so let's do that pattern over here. Right. So, here's where it gets fun. In here, yeah, the middle point is where it's all supposed to, like, converge. And that means it's supposed to try and do the arching out this way. So, I'm trying to do something like this. Oh man, that's not gonna cooperate. It's just not. Well, just live with it then. His job sucks! Anyway. These torches smell funny. Okay, on this level it does need to just kind of... I don't even know if I can use stairs. Just because, oopsie, diagonals. Maybe on the cobblestone layer, but definitely not the brick layer. Things are blooming, I guess. Well, it's trying to be spring. And quite probably succeeding at that, too. Okay, right, we can do these here. Let's focus this side. So, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be super clean. Especially not like this. Because it needs also to have that solid layer of, or semi-solid layer of cobblestone. Yeah, I don't like how this is shaping out, but I just kind of have to live with it. Best I can do, I suppose. Unless... Wait, yeah, I can do... this kind of a thing here. Sure. At this point, I don't think I can care anymore. Okay. Copy all this. And then pull it down. Grab the arrow when you make the sound instead of just pretending. Thank you. Alright, and then something oh yeah, we can do just kind of a nonsense maneuver that will just have to work. And there we go. Rarg! While we're at it, let's also clean up the bases here. I do need to end the episode soon, but not before I actually make it, you know, put together and nice and everything. The audio when it's don't worry about it. The audio is an audio, and that's all that matters. I probably should have left these free floating so I could just pull it down. Oh well. Oh yeah, I need to grab the other side as well. I feel like I am missing something, but I'm not sure what, and I probably... I don't know anymore. I feel like my mind is shattering 20 times a minute. That's what I feel. Does it feel good? Let me get back to you on that one. Did I miss? Most certainly. Alright, let's try this again. What? Huh? Wait, what am I... I don't know. Did I just, like, get some shit confused? Oh, this is all just confused over here. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. Great. That's fine. This is not fun. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And here I thought I could end the episode on just making foundation work. Yay! Ha! Okay, get back to you on that one. Because, good lord, what is going on in here? No, it's not the Aurora. Okay. Right. So we're eating through this all of a sudden. Nope, that's wrong. Go here. And you go here. Okay, back to business. Rarg. Okay. And then we got all this going on where it's trying to do that shit. And what is your what are you smoking? Okay, but Rarg. And we've got all this going on too. So over here... You know what, honestly, yeah, just to fucking do this shit. I don't care anymore! Sure! Wait, what? Please tell me these are... Okay, good. Ah! Tell, I've lost my mind. I just kind of going now. Going until I can't. Okay. So I'm definitely gonna be like trying to slam shit into the ground or something. But like, when I get there. And that's probably gonna be like tomorrow's thing or something. I don't know. There's a reason why this much of the castle took 2 weeks in Minecraft. And it's because diagonals suck in a cubic grid. They just suck. And they're not fun. And they make you cry. And they make you grr, kill everything. Grr, angry, grr. What the fuck is a kilometer? Oh, I know what a kilometer is. Yes. We're over time by far. All right. Yeah, we got some stuff going, but yeah. See you guys soon. Bye.